dirt is gone and the garden is dry. Under the light of a digital star, I'm here in the middle of a silver gray face, in the center of the Mercury and industrial space. The cycles are falling, make a Mercury ray, washing the memory of the permanent cane. I'm perfectly timed and imperfectly fast, a version of now that was never meant to last. Inside the Mercury clock, ticking cold, a story of a spirit that's already been told. A stagnant momentum, a rhythmic beat, waiting for the hammer of the silence to sing. I'm a girl of the seconds, I'm a girl of the land. Inside the cathedral of the things I say. The liquid is moving, the liquid is true. Pain in the shadow in a different hue. It's a countdown on nothing, a countdown to life. In the middle of the day, in the middle of the night, pendulum swings like a heavy-duty note, watching the liquid start to overflow. One more minute for the Mercury drain before the total version will be industrial scream. Ticking cold. The room is getting smaller and the light is getting thin, letting the pressure of the countdown back in. I've walked through the glass and I've walked through the oil, under the layers of the industrial soil. But the 11th hour is a different kind of stay, watching the version of the maybe wither away. I'm running on the rhythm, I'm running on the wire, feeding the ghost of a digital fire. It's the 11th hour, heavy and fast, the only version of the me that can last. A stagnant acceleration, a rhythmic blow, watching the liquid start to overflow. I'm a girl of the minute, I'm a girl of the stone, the most urgent version of being alone. version of you. It's a race to the center, it's a race to the end, following the path where the anatomy bends. The mercury is rising and the mercury is deep, where the ghosts of the laboratory come to sleep. The glass is the oil, and the oil is the rust, turning the spirit into the dust. The timeline is melting, the timeline is wide, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. I'm living in the yesterday and living in the now, following the heavy-duty industrial vow. The mercury is time and the time is a sea, reflecting the transparent version of me. Liquid chronology, swirling in deep, where the secrets of the anthology come to sleep. A stagnant distortion, a rhythmic ping, waiting for the hammer of the silence to sing. I'm a girl of the river, I'm a girl of the lead, inside the cathedral of the things I said. The minutes are silver and the hours are gray, washing the version of the maybe away. I'm a miracle of timing, a miracle of the flow, following the places where the shadows go. I don't need the numbers and I don't need the prize, blinding the version of the mercury eyes. Everything is fluid, everything is still, inside the breath of the stone cold will. Chronology, swirling in deep. face is a metal and the face is a map. Inside the center of the industrial trap, I'm pulling the lever and I'm pulling the yes. Inside the center of the final distress, it's a rhythmic happy and a rhythmic smile, stretching the Mercury for a millionth mile. No more feeling and no more heat in the middle of the Mercury and sacred defeat. It's a deer tooth grin, silver and gray, watching the version of the maybe decay. A stagnant expression, a mechanical glow, watching the liquid start to overflow. I'm a girl of the clockwork, I'm a girl of the lead, inside the cathedral of the things I said. The springs are all tight and the springs are all true, pain in the shadow in a different hue. I'm not a person, I'm a series of pings, waiting for the hammer of the silence to sing. One more rotation, one more turn, feeding the ghost of a digital burn. The Mercury is laughing, the Mercury is prize, blinding the version of the Mercury eye. Glass is in the rhythm and the oil is in the beat, and the hollowed out version of a sacred defeat. The garden is ticket and the garden is true, in the middle of the Mercury inversion of you. I'm lining up the never and I'm lining up the now, following the heavy duty industrial vow. Everything is vertical, everything is one, the only one who survived the industrial sun. Synchronized shadow, ticking in the dark, God in the glow of a digital spark, a stagnant alignment, a rhythmic stay, watching the version of the logic wither away. I'm a girl of the moment, I'm a girl of the lead, inside the cathedral of the things I said. The pendulum is crossing and the pendulum is high, watching the logic of the century die. I'm perfectly balanced on the needle and the pen, letting the darkness of the cycle back in. The past is a minute and the past is a light, turning the day into a permanent night. One more second of the Mercury flow before the total version of the industrial go. Synchronized shadows, holding the energy, I'm holding the light. In the middle of the day, in the middle of the night. The escapement is kicking, the escapement is thin. Letting the pressure of the countdown back in. One tooth at a time, one tooth at a no. Watching the liquid start to overflow. I'm the master of the minute, the master of the beat. In the hollowed out version of a sacred defeat. Control, release, wrist back and deep. Where the sequence of the laboratory come to sleep. The stagnant regulation, a mechanical ping. Waiting for the hammer of the silence to sing. I'm a girl of the engine, I'm a girl that led. Inside the cathedral of the things I said. Don't let it run away and don't let it stop. Under the shadow of the industrial shop, I'm measuring the sorrow, I'm measuring the prize. Blind in the version of the Mercury eyes. The gears are counting the version of me, reflecting the transparent version of we. One more click and one more stay, washing the version of the maybe away. Control, release, resnick and deep. Control, release, music and deep. Control, release, music and deep. I'm holding the energy. 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 I'm holding the energy, 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 I'm holding the energy. I'm holding the energy. I'm holding the energy. Holding the energy, I'm 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 holding the energy. I'm holding the energy, I'm holding the energy, in the middle of the day. I'm holding the energy, I'm holding the energy, I'm holding the energy, I'm holding the energy. I'm holding the energy, I'm holding the energy, I'm holding the energy, I'm holding the energy. 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 Spinning the shadow, I'm spinning the light. In the middle of a heavy duty night. I'm a girl of the circle, a girl of the go. Watching the liquid start to overflow. Heavy is the lead and light is the spark. Separating the pieces in the middle of the dark. I'm a miracle of physics, a miracle of speed. Feeding the hunger and the industrial need. Inside the centrifuge, faster and deep. Inside the centrifuge, faster and deep. Spin to Texas on the edge and the oil is in the core. In a world that doesn't even name anymore. I'm losing the weight and I'm losing the note. Watching the Mercury start to overflow. One more revolution, one more turn. Feeding the ghost of a digital burn. The center is donkey, the center is prize. Blinding the version of the Mercury eye. Inside the centrifuge, faster and deep. Inside the centrifuge, faster and deep. Permanent night. I'm a needle in the middle of a Mercury sea, reflecting the transparent version of me. It's a dead reckoning reflecting through, painting the shadow in a different hue. A stagnant direction, a mechanical ping, waiting for the hammer of the silence to sing. I'm a girl of the distance, I'm a girl of the lead inside the cathedral of the things I said. The clock is the compass, the clock is the guide, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. I'm following the rhythm, I'm following the now, following the heavy duty industrial vow. One more mile of the silver and gray, watching the version of the maybe away. Everything is vertigo, everything is still inside the grip of a stone cold will. It's a silver gray knife, a silver gray note, watching the pressure start to overflow. Cutting through the minute and cutting through the weight, opening the heavy duty industrial gate. I'm a girl of the fraction, a barrel of the it, in the center of the Mercury, an industrial pit. No more stalling and no more shh. Under the weight of the Mercury push, following the second hand, sharp and thin, watching the world start to get back in. A stagnant movement, a rhythmic slice, inside the center of the Mercury eyes. I'm a girl of the moment, I'm a girl of the light, inside the cathedral. But the things I said, the numbers are screaming, the numbers are deep, where the ghosts of the laboratory come to sleep. I'm a beautiful version of a sacred defeat, in the middle of the Mercury, an industrial street. The pendulum is a razor, the pendulum is true, painting the shadow in a different hue. Everything is measured, everything is prized, blind in the version of the Mercury eye. Second hand, sharp and thin. The tension is holy, the tension is wide, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. I've been wound by the blast and wound by the rust, turning the maybe into the dust. Volume 19 is a ghost from the floor, in a world that doesn't need a name anymore. I'm the energy of silence, the energy of the no, watching the liquid start to overflow. I'm caught in the mass brain, final indeed, where the ghosts of the anthology come to sleep. A stagnant release, a rhythmic ping, the last of the version of the Mercury ring. I'm finishing the countdown, I'm finishing the lead, inside the cathedral of the things I say. No more gears and no more clicks, in the middle of the Mercury and industrial tricks. The spring is breaking and the spring is a fire.